All right, looks like we're recording. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this month's nopCommerce Global Meetup for January. Sangeet Shah was going to give us a walkthrough, a developer walkthrough of the architecture. So yeah, this should be a good one. I saw a lot of people sign up on Meetup. Meetup is always kind of a deceiving number for how many people actually join, but nonetheless, we should have a good turnout today. And of course, I know for many of you, this is a difficult time to meet up. So overall, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I understand that this is way too late or way too early for some of you to meet up. We do record this, and we are recording right now. And we will be posting it to the nopCommerce YouTube channel soon after this event. So today we're going to be there's not going to be a lightning talk today. We are going to jump right into the main talk. Again, that is Understand nopCommerce 4.3.0 structure and code techniques. And when it comes to questions, it's good to put those within the chat. I'll kind of monitor those as well and maybe ask those during, but usually we saved a lot of the Q&A till at the end of the talk. So this is really a nopCommerce meetup for both developers and store owners. So we try to have technical and non-technical talks. And we also welcome people that do want to sponsor and have a giveaway during a meetup. The meetup itself is the third Tuesday of every month, and we've been pretty consistent for the last 6-7 months. Next month, this is one you're not going to want to miss. Scott Hunter, he's one of the 3 Scotts at Microsoft. So there's Scott Guthrie, Scott Hanselman, and then there's Scott Hunter that is heavily involved. Almost when it comes to the .NET framework, he's kind of the top guy when it comes to setting the direction and kind of leading the charge of the .NET platform at Microsoft. So he's going to be giving us a talk next month on .NET 5 and as well as what's going on with 6. So there's a lot that's going to be shared there. I know nopCommerce has moved in .NET 5 in the next version, and it sounds like it's going to be a worthwhile upgrade when it comes to that to the next version. Even though .NET 5 I know is not on a long-term support, it sounds like there's enough performance there in .NET 5 that will not only will nopCommerce benefit, but just as a whole .NET applications will. So you don't want to miss this talk. This should be a really good one. And of course, these talks will be posted out on the nopCommerce YouTube channel. And to wrap things up, always looking for speakers when it comes to 60-minute presentations or a lightning talk, 15-minute lightning talk. And again, non-technical and technical talks are welcome. Of course, sponsoring is also welcome as well if you'd like to get your name out there more on the various products or services that you might have. So just simply email me at john@nopacademy.com if you want to participate in any fashion. All right. So with that, I am going to stop sharing my screen and turn off my video. And Sangeet, are you ready to go ahead and present? I think you're still out there. Looks like you might have dropped off. Anybody else see him out there? He was out there, I know that. All right, we'll just give him a little bit of time here to reconnect. And we'll get this started. Okay, thanks, Alex. Looks like he'll be joining us soon. And feel free out there, if you have a sense of where this talk is headed, feel free to start putting some questions in the chat that you might want to hear more about. Again, we'll be having more of a Q&A at the end of the meetup, but feel free to start putting in some questions in the chat, and I will track them, whether we address them during the talk or at the end.
Hi, John.
Hey, are you back?
Yeah, sorry for this delay.
No problem. So we're ready for you. So feel free to go ahead and share your screen and.
Yeah. I can show
And,
you. Yes.
all right, I see your
Can you?
screen.
Yeah.
I did see your screen. There it goes. Okay. All right, it's all yours, and I'll track the questions in chat.
Okay. Can you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay. May I start?
You sure can.
Okay. Hello, guys. I am Sangeet Shah. I am .NET developer. More than 6 years of experience in nopCommerce platform. I am certified nopCommerce developer. I am part of NopAdvance team since last many of years. Okay. Today I am going to cover these below topics. I have divided this topic into two part: code structure and code techniques. Okay, let's start with my topics. Let me understand the structure of nopCommerce. Basically, nopCommerce contain many of libraries and one web application. Nopcore. We can start with Nopcore. Nopcore is a collection of class that having casing, event, and business object. Like if we can say that if we have a customer table, we can define customer table field into this class. This project basically nopCommerce contain the dynamic value. It not hard code their value. It define the value into static word. Now we can move to nop data. Basically nop data will help us to interact with reading and writing to database. I mean, we can map. We have created a class in nop core, but we have to map this class with our table using this file. We have to define that from which class we have created class file, and we can assign the validation for this domain. Using this, we have set it maximum length 1000. It is nullable, this field is nullable or not, or we can set the foreign key here. Customer having the foreign key with this file.
Be passionate in everything you do, but always remember that violence is.
Hello. Okay, now we can move forward to now services. It help us to operation with database. Generally, we have defined class in knob.core. We have associated this class with table in this knob data, but now we have to get the data from database using this file. Like we can see that if we want customer record using ID, then we have to call like this. This one is this data will be getting from caching. We can get the data from iRepository method. We have nopCommerce provide a iRepository pattern to get the data from database. First, we have defined this. We can define this in constructor, and we can get the value into method. If you go to nop plugin section, actually plugin section having multiple library that helps website owner to define their additional functionality. It is independent project. It is not dependent with any other. We can just this one is source code of this plugin. If you go to presentation folder, we having one application project that is nop.web. Nop.web having presentation layout, how the data will be displayed on website. It having the root folder that having css class, icons, images, js file, and additional libraries. and it having the connections. If we have installed nopCommerce into database, then here we can show the connection string that define in data setting JS that located into app.data, and the plugin file will be defined how many plugin will be installed in our database. This is the list which is already installed in this project. And localized file, it contains the resource string. nopCommerce always use resource string to display label name, notifications, and many more things. We can use the resource string name to change value according to our requirement. Resource string having is it contain multiple language feature. Right now we have English resource string in English language. nopCommerce define in a two way that it having area. We can see that nopCommerce, when we open our project, we can see that we can see public site. It contain this this much folders. I mean, components, controller, extension, factories, infrastructure, log, model, themes, validation, and view. This area contain the backend part. If you look at this site, it this one is getting from this folder area. Component is a particular section. If we see logo, logo will be getting from this logo view component. The logo will be getting from logo view component. Every component having single section to get the all detail, like customer navigations, favicon, footer, header link. You can see header link. This also getting from component. Like this type of this is a parcel view that help to get the data individually. This controller help to get the data in front of site. Now we can see how actually we get the value. I mean, let me explain you how the product list will become. If you open product list section, this is data table. nopCommerce display the admin side data using data table. First it getting the page, and in the page it getting the value using this method, this post method. This method help to get the data from database, and it convert to model to display data into data table. If you download any plugin from marketplace with only it having only DLL, then you can see this additional plugin in this section. If you have a source code, you can see that plugin in this section. Let me show you how to create a plugin that help to display data. I have created one plugin. Let me show you. That display only message on front side. For this plugin, what I have did, let me explain you. I have created this library. I have added library project in this plugin section. Name is my plugin. For this plugin configuration, I have used this method to display the admin section configuration URL that we can see over here. This menu. I have decided where I have to display my data. I have write the list here, and from which component I have to display data. I have set the my component name here, and I have created this component in this file. You can see this file. This file only get the data, the name from the setting. I have created the setting to save my data, which is inherited from iSetting. It only send. I have created one model to allocate this message in this model, and I have sent this model over this, and I have created to display in this view file. I have displayed this data over here using message to save the. I show you how to display data. Let me show you how to save this data using configuration page. I have created one controller, my plugin controller, that having two method: controller configuration get method, configuration post method. It what it does, get method will be fetch which for which store you have to save data. I'm going to get the store wise data using this setting, and I'm sent assigned to model. If it having multiple store, it will be get the data for multiple store and send it to configure page. My configure page will be look like this. I'm going to save only one message. To the post method, I'm going to save the same scenario. I mean, I can get the store scope, that which store for which store we are going to save if it having multiple store. Otherwise it going to save for all store. By default it value going to save is as a 0. Okay, when I have use install method and uninstall method. Install method, when we are going to install any plugin from this section, install uninstall method from this section, this method will be going to call. On the install method, I have did what I have did, I have active by default active this plugin. By default nopCommerce, what nopCommerce doing, uh, it has to install, then we have to manually activate from plugin section. From plugin section we have to manually active, but I have did this code to automatically active when it going to install. On the install, I have add resourcing file. This resourcing file will be used on this page to display this label. This label will be displayed from this resourcing name and hint. This one is hint that going to be pop up on the question mark symbol, that will be getting from this resourcing name. I have used this manage sitemap method to display the menu in sitemap. To display your plugin name in sitemap, you have to write this code. We have to specify system name, title, URL, visible, and icon. And where we have to going to add this menu, we are going to add this menu in third-party plugin. And this property will be used to hide our menu from this widget zone list. We have defined false, means we have to display our plugin in the we get zone list. If you say true, then you can't able to see your menu, plugin menu here. Okay. Okay, let me show you how to create a table using plugin. Many of the developer having question that how we create a table using plugin. I have simply created a second demo for this same thing. What I have did I have created one class that having two property. One is base entity means ID, second one is name, and I have defined this class in this file schema migration. This file help to create table at the time of plugin install. We have to define the date and time properly with this detail. Otherwise, we are not able to create table in database. Make sure that we have to define proper value. We have defined our domain name that we have created with this file. Okay, let me show you how to override controller method. What I have did, I have override contact us page. By default, nopCommerce not display contact us page. It display proper form to get the data from. Uh, this one is default functionality of nopCommerce. But what I have did, I have override this action method. For this override action method, what I have did, I have created one controller, one action method, and one view file. What I have write in this view file, I have just simply write uh, this contact us page message. I need to show you only that how to override action method. You can define anything here. I mean, you can use method and anything else to define the page. I mean, right now I have display only this message in the h1 tag. And for this action method, I have uh, defined one route. We have to define route to call our action controller action method instead of default nopCommerce. What I have did, I know the root name. This one is root name, contact us root name. To open this page, I have simply paste root name here and write the controller name mine and action method is mine. So it it this code will be know that when the root name will be right, which controller and action method need to be called. But make sure you have to write a priority maximum to call our to override your action controller action method. I can show you. I can show you that it will going to call our contact us page. So we'll be getting clear. You can override any of control action method to call your own method using plugin. This one is simple and best way to do the same. You have to when you are going to call your view file, you have to specify plugin, your system name, view file, your controller name, and the view file name. So it is going to find your location. If you notice, the location was not it is not going to get the data from here. It is going to find the location here. Plugins widget my widgets dot my plugin to view, in the view file this controller name, and this one is our, if I change here, you will get the another result. I mean, it will be getting data from that site. Yeah, you can see. No need to build the project. Just temporary purpose, I have changed the result. Contact us. Okay. Now, if we want to override service, what should we do? Actually, service will be getting data from database. This service, for example, we can say that if we want to get the data from I have override this service. The name is customer registration service. The method name is register customer. What I have did, I mean, I have to do some operation when this service is called. What I have did, this is original method. Let me show you. Customer registration service. This one is original method. Register customer. When anyone user trying to register, fill the form on register page and try to submit the data, this method will be getting called. But now what I have done, I have mentioned this service name here and created my own file that located into service folder. To override this file, I have mentioned what I have did. I have completely copied this method from the original service class file and mention override. So this service method will be getting called. Let's see. When we are going to you can see the debug point will be getting executed. You can see where it is going to execute it in my file that I have override. What does it mean? I have override default nopCommerce service and call my own service. To override this service, what I have did, I have created this file and mentioned this new created file class file name in the dependency register. Selection will be show you that I have mentioned my class file name and interface name of nopCommerce service. What it do, it will be when this interface method is called, it will be getting call into this method name. I have just copied this file to show you how to override service. You can do any operation with this method. Okay, let's see action filter. This will be override service that I have shown you already. Now we are going to see the filter, how action filter will be worked. I have created one action filter that let's show you. Auto add role filter. What I have done this in this filter, I have mentioned that when any method will be getting call, we have to add value into session. This method will be called every time, but I have filtered out that I need to store the session value when it is going to be called customer controller and register method. If we can check, look, you can see when I have click on the register menu, it is going to be call. It is going to be set the value in the middle of when the get method will be getting call. You can do any of operation when this page getting call. You can see when I refresh this page, I mean the get method of register and the customer controller getting call. We can say we can do any of operation by filtering this. You can validate any of controller or action method using this. Right now what I have did, I have just only set of simple value into session when customer controller and register action method, I mean the register method of that located into customer controller will getting call. To use this filter, we have to define nop startup. We have to define nop in the nop startup to register our action filter name in the nop startup, and we have to specify in dependency registration that we have to call our action filter when specific action method of controller will getting called. Now we can see event consumer. nopCommerce use many of event like order place event, customer activation event. You can see right now that many of event will be helped to do any of operations using plugin like this having customer activated event, customer login event. I mean if we want to track, for example we can say that if customer is login, we need some operation when customer going to be login, we can use this event. Logout event, if customer getting logout, we have to perform some operation or we have to perform track the record, then we can use this event. Customer password change event, customer registration event, many of event will be used. Order cancel event, order paid event, order place event, order refund event, order voided event. Like nopCommerce providing many of events to use to perform any operation at the time of event call. I have used one event. Let me show you what I have did. I have created one file. The name is event consumer that implement this method event handle. I have specified that I have to get call when any of customer trying to log in. Let's see. Yeah, can you see that when I try to log in, I get the call in my event. It contains the record of customer, that detail of customer. From this event, you can perform your task that you have to be uh, use at the time of this event will be getting called. Generally, we have used order place event, order cancel event, order refund event it, to track how many user cancel the order, how many user place the order. The event will be used in some another way. If anyone want to track the event using entity, then they can use this event, entity insert event. There is multiple event that you can use. It having entity insert event, entity update event, entity deleted event. That means if any of record will be inserted into this table, like shopping cart table, if any record insert into in shopping cart item table, at that time this event will be getting call. Let me show you with example. Let's say that, okay, let's say we can add to cart. Okay, I have pressed add to cart button. What it trying to do, add to cart will be insert the product detail into shopping cart item. So we get this call, we can get the whole detail of this entity. You can see I can it having the ID of this shopping cart item table with some of detail. We can use this detail to perform our operations or features or extend the feature of nopCommerce as per requirement. We have to simply define this class. No need to do anything else. nopCommerce doing many nopCommerce will be doing using this event many of places to get the call at the time of entity insert, delete or updated. Let me show you how to override view file. What I have did right now, I have bold this price. I mean, I need to override this view file and need to bold the price. By default, nopCommerce show this price in a simple way. You can see this is a simple way to define the price. But what I have did additionally, I didn't touch their code. I have just simply override this view file. To override this view file, what I have did, this view file having name is product box that call from shared folder. I have just simply copy this file from default nopCommerce and just simply change the color to show the changes. uh, I have made these changes here, and let me show you how many places I have did these changes to make this file call from our plugin. Let me show you. I have mentioned the view expander in this nob.startup. What I have did, I have created this file name and mention area name and view file. I mean, I have to specify that uh, when our file view file will be getting call, I have specified that if it call product box partial view, then we have to call this product box instead of default nopCommerce. We have to call this from our plugin. I have specified plugin, system name, view, set, and 0. That is file name. This one is the location where I have created this file. This one is the this one is the changes that I have made. You can also do any of changes that you have to specify. I mean you can do any of changes that you want to uh, based on your feature. Right now I have only changed the font color of this price. Okay, let me show you. Now I have to explain a little bit that how the page will getting called. I'm going to show you that how we can display our product details on front side. This method that exists into product controller that help to display the product detail on the on front side. Okay, we can open one product. What it trying to do? It trying to call this action method to get the all detail of this product. It contain titles or reviews, stock detail, SKU, price, add to cart button, full description, tags, related products. When we open this page, it contain the product ID to specify which product it need to be open. It's going to be get the data from cache. NopAdvance use caching to speed up their performance. It contains the entity of product based on the ID. We are getting the value of product ID from the entity. It's perform some operations to get the detail like customer insight activities, product detail model. It getting the data based on localized resource string. It get the value of SE name from the another tables.
Sangeet, did you get muted somehow? Yes, you are. You're muted. Can you hear me? Looks like you're muted. Hey, Sangeet, I think you need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Hello.
Yeah, now we hear you. Someone must have muted you.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you back up just probably about 2 minutes of what
Okay.
you're getting into.
I have done from my side. I mean,
Yeah,
we
we hear
can.
you now though, just fine. We hear you good now.
Yeah. I have done from my side. I mean, I have explained all the thing that I have prepared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are there any questions out there? 'Cause I haven't seen any come up in chat.
Yeah.
Um, here's one. In the past, is it possible to add a tab strip in the admin section using the admin
I,
tab strip created?
actually, wait. Let me see this.
Yeah, it's at the very bottom.
Let me check. In the past, strip admin section using admin strip. What is the best way to handle this event? Okay. When we are going to use this uh, event, you can use this if you want to override this method, you can use my way that I have shown you to override any of events.
Okay. What about the next question?
Yeah.
So the recommendation is that if we want to override anything, should we do it as a plugin, even if we want to update a view?
If we have to specify this view file in theme, I mean, because without plugin, we have to that copy this view file in the default theme that we know very well that when our project will be getting load, then the default clean under the theme folder view file getting call in the first time. If we can't if nopCommerce can't found the view file in default clean folder, then it is going to be find in views that contain into root folder. That is the answer for this question.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when it comes to yeah, Dharmesh's question, when it comes to can you override a view without a plugin?
Yeah.
What's your
uh,
yeah?
yes, I already explained you that already explained that we have to specify that view file in the
Mm-hmm.
default clean theme. We have to specify that
Right,
view file
within the
in the,
theme itself.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is getting be called without view plugins.
Makes sense. And RJ makes a good comment about version 4.3, how it has admin widget zones available.
Yeah, yeah. That's many of widget zone that currently available in the admin site.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah, this one is. Can you see the screen? This one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, widget zone. You can see the whole the list. How many widget zone will be used in admin site? You can see the whole the list. This one is the
Yes.
whole list that use under nopCommerce.
Perfect. Um, okay, so at the moment, I don't see any other questions out there. Anybody else have any questions to throw in the chat? All right, I'm assuming that's it. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Sang. Here, I knew one would pop up. All right. Can we use a plugin based on location or
Localize.
localization? Sorry. Yep.
For example, only use plugin if user is from Belgium and
That's a
any
good
another.
question.
Wait, can we use plugin based on the localization? Okay. For example, only use plugin if the user is from Belgium. We have to track the location based on IP address. We have to create one plugin that track the country from IP address, and then we can perform our operations based on that country name. Right. Otherwise, we can ignore that feature.
Mm-hmm.
That is the answer for that questions. Okay.
Is there
If
anything to clarify on on Dharmesh's question? Is there anything more to clarify there? If I want to override an admin view, then what is the best way?
if I want to override admin view, then what is the best way? If you are going to be override admin view, then I have shown you the way to override any of view file based on the method. Let me show you again that clear you more. You have to specify. We have to create a nop startup, and in the nop startup we have to define this method that we have to override view file. In this view file, we have to define that which view file we have to get call from our plugin. For example, I have defined my view file name. That name is underscore product box. I didn't want to override for admin area, so I have write null. If I want to override view file for admin, that I have write here in area in double quotes. So it getting call my view file instead of default view file. This is for both. I mean for admin or front end side. That's the answer from
Sure.
my side.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go into the next question.
Yeah. We get exfil exception when we try to install application. Then I come to know that is migration version is missing from some set the data is sorry. Then I have insert the data. It is right way to get the right of. Yeah. If we are going to this person is talking. I mean Nizamuddin is talking about MySQL or SQL, because the SQL exception when we are trying to install the application. Then to know that migration is missing. This contain much time to explain. I will cover this later. We can go to next question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Hello Sangeet. As you mentioned, table create at the time of plugin installation. Can you explain a little more bit? Okay. Uh, okay. Let me show you again. If you want to create a table at the time of plugin install, what you have to do? You have to create a one class. The class right now I have created one class that contain two property. One is base entity, second one is name. Then what you have to do next, you have to create a one class name that is schema migration, where you have to define this property. Make sure you have to specify system name, base and schema, and the date and time of creation properly. And here you have to specify the class name, or that you have to create table in the database. That's the process to create a table at the time of plugin installations. At the time of plugin installation, this file automatically get called. So you don't have to specify anywhere else. Just you have to write create two class to create the table. That's it. we can move to next questions.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. When searching for product in admin section, it is possible to save the paging setting when filter products. When searching for product in admin section, it is possible to save the paging setting. I mean, regarding what paging setting? I think he have to paging setting. This guy is talking about this paging setting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my guess too, where you're headed.
Talking about this paging setting because he is not clear that which paging setting. I think so. This paging setting, he have to be getting call. If he want to save this paging setting, what he can do. If he want to do customization, he have to be save the setting from product controller. He can get the call here. So in this search model, he get the length 15th. Every setting value he can get in this method, post method. So he can able to save the setting in the database as per the need. I think this is the answer for their questions. Might be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
There's a
What
handful of other
happened?
questions coming in, so I can understand. It's okay to say you don't know something too. You don't have to do research on the spot.
Actually, okay.
If we
What?
go, we have a few more questions coming in. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see them.
Yeah, we have many of questions. Okay, not an
Mhm.
issue. I we have time, right?
Sure.
What happen if two different plugin try to override same view? Okay, this is my favorite question. I mean, I can say if two plugin override the same view, that is having the priority. I mean, we can specify a priority that I have mentioned you at the time of my presentation. Let me show you. Wait. Here is the order. I think we can prefer. I mean, if we override the same view, then it will be lapse their functionality. So we can be go to customization. That one is the best way. I think so. Otherwise, you have to install. I mean, work the other plugin functionality in your plugin. I mean, you have to check that how many feature their plugin provided. That is the answer for that questions.
Sure.
Yeah, MS SQL. I don't know. Okay, MS SQL.
That was it's per
Oh,
that other question.
yeah, MS SQL. Okay, I already answered of these questions. Okay, okay. Hello. What if you need if you just want to add additional field in an existing field? Okay. For these questions, I recommend to create another table. That one is the best way because if you uninstall the plugin, we just we can able to remove our table or we can keep hide our uh, new table functionality. So it's better to create new table when you're going to extend any entity functionality. That one is best way that I strongly recommend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What about upgrade a table by adding new property to model? What about upgrade a table by adding new property to model?
It's a similar question.
Yeah, might be. Okay. My bank integration API need an order ID to complete the transaction. If I complete the order to get order ID, that means if an error happen, online payment not complete. The shopping cart become empty and the order replace. My bank integration API need an order ID. If I complete the order,
Not sure if I'm fully understanding that one.
I think he's trying to say that if order plays an API getting error at the time, what
Mhm.
he can do, he can create a one scheduled task that run on every particular time to get the data into bank API. I mean, I think so. That one is his question. I mean, if he get the error, then what about the order ID that lapse might be?
Could be.
He yeah. If I want to add an input text, if I want to add an input text to a new admin widget zone for let's say news item, then I then want to get that input value when user says that news. Save as generic attribute. What is the best way? Use filter on the HTTP request. If I want to add input text to news admin, let's use item. Uh, I recommend uh, to use widget zone to display our separate form. That form will be saved data using Ajax. So the existing functionality not getting effect. I mean, uh, it help to run both the functionality. I mean, we have add one text box that will be working fine using Ajax method, and existing functionality will be getting run using save changes method for that questions. Okay, my question was how can I upgrade my customized table inside my plugin? How can My question was how can I upgrade my customized table inside my plugin? You can simply write a SQL script. You can compare that script is already executed or not. I mean, you can check that this one is old table or new table. Simply run the SQL script to uh, upgrade customized table using plugin. How can I handle JavaScript injection in 4.3? It takes much time. I mean, I can cover this in next.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a demo in itself.
Yeah.
It's a great topic, though. It can be handled a couple different ways, but yeah, it's a
Uh,
great topic.
One more, how caching manage in nopCommerce. Okay, there is three type of caching that nopCommerce use. First one is static cache. Second is uh, simple domain based cache. Third one is Redis cache. Static cache will be store the globally value. Second is domain cache that help to save the data based on domain. For example, I can say if I want to give the example, resource string will be saved in static cache, and categories that load in the menu that save in domain based cache, because it getting single time call uh, on the single page. I mean, that is the answer.
Okay. All right, I think that's probably a good spot to wrap it up. Thank you for your time, and Sangeet, I appreciate the detailed walkthrough of the code and walking through those different aspects. Is there anything else you want to share? Any final words? Are you muted? I think you're still there. All right, well, we'll go ahead and just kind of wrap this up. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. And feel free to hang out in the chat. I'm going to stop the recording. And we'll see you all next month with Scott Hunter. Definitely don't want to miss that one. Thanks, everyone.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes. Go right ahead.
Sorry, my data connection getting lost. Sorry.
No problem. All right. So yeah, this meetup, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording now.
Yes.